Tall with a reach of 173 centimeters. And his opponent here, none other than Ejayr Usyk. He's 6'3" with a 78-inch reach.
I'll always go for reach every time over anything. If you've got reach, touch with speed, nobody's going to touch you. But someone that can get in close, that has the power to get up close and personal and break those ribs, get those shots into the body, you've got to look out for that.
The Rock, Rocky Marciano, the Brockton Brawler himself, one of the greatest fighters of all time. A sparkling record and one of the best to ever do it. Ejayr Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine.
Just take note, look at the reach, look how much they're giving away in this fight.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, here is a Hall of Fame legend from Brockton, Massachusetts, a Ring Magazine world champion and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the Brockton blockbuster, Rocky Marciano. Fighting out of the blue corner, and now from Crimea in Ukraine, here is an undisputed cruiserweight world champion and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Ejayr Usyk.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
People are arguing about this in the street, in the pubs, in the bars, and this is why it gets giddy, it gets exciting. The anticipation, second to none.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. Marciano with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. Ooh, that uppercut had to hurt. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Clean jab. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. The jab not finding its target. This fighter brings a barrage of punches. They won't let you breathe. It's like fighting a hornet's nest.
A swarmer, a good swarmer, will get inside you like a bee just pickpocketing and stinging you wherever you leave yourself open. A swarmer is the worst kind of fight to fight.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. These two were made for each other. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Again, downstairs. know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Great round. Now relax. Sit back together and get back out there and win the round. Don't give him no free shots, yeah? You were thinking, you were smart. You weren't smart when you go out there. Just take the round off and win the round on your jet.
Here we go. It's round 2. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
That straight had to hurt. He's got to find a way to get around that reach advantage.
Todd, reach as well as speed. Reach as well as power. What more can a fighter ask for?
No defense for that hook. Misses with the straight left. The straight right just misses. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. They blocked the left there. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Nice straight. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
And now you've laid him back in. Now it's going to be a tougher. Oh, great work. I love it. I love it. That jab slick. Confidence away. Go out.
On to the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
He's in there with a Hall of Famer, a legend.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The jab can't find a home. That left hook won't score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself down trying to get that shot, and that's when it catches you.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You'd like to see more jabs. The jab doesn't quite connect. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Good counter punching. A swing and a miss with that jab. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
You know what? I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring up.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told it. Hold it right there. Rocky Marciano was supposed to be the one knocking this guy out. Try to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. The straight right just misses. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Both men step back for just a moment. very close round with 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Breathe. Breathe. Just get your breath. Get your mind back on the job. There's a god-awful round now. Don't change too much. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear. You're much better. He's not even in your league. Come on, switch on, get your boxing bag together, and put him back in his place. You've completely switched off. Get your mind back on. Great work. Hey, good work at that kid. That jab's back into the fight. You're much better than that guy. You're much better. And missing. Great work. Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. I need you to focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on. You're getting your time in already. That right hand's beautiful.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action.
Get your rhythm back. Up. Great work. You were thinking, you were smart. You weren't loading up.
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're gonna find out.
You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. His stamina is off the charts. Shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Hard look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brain.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Back and forth they go. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Let's just get out there.
This is the beginning of round 6. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It could all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
They miss with the jab. You'd like to see more jabs. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fight has a real good flow to it. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Beautiful counter shot. Nice punch. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. That hook won't score. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so easy.
All right, I'll go back out there. Yes, I like that round.
Here comes round 7. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Rocky Marciano, few have been better. One of the greatest of all time.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punches with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. The jab doesn't quite connect. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. Just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Beautiful counter punch. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Good round. I like it. I'm happy. Good man.
And they're back at it again here in round 8. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter. And they are delivering. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
With that jab. A straight right just misses. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Rest for the weary. That jab gets blocked. It's all offense all the time. This is a high-octane battle. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Be smart when you go out.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Done with that counter shot. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
parries the right jab away. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Both men step back for just a moment. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Just missed with that hook. Missing with the left uppercut. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did...
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round.
And there's the bell for round 10. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Watch the straight left. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good idea, but misses with the left hook. You believe what we are seeing. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
There's a lot on the line here.
We're better than that, kid. Go back.
Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Caution being thrown to the wind. And he misses with that straight left. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you get out thinking. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
They block the left there. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Swing and a miss with that jab. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done it...
Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
On their feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. He misses with that jab. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Borderline disastrous round, but he's still on his feet.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
Go back out there and lose the match. You got to get out there, switch up. Oh, great work. I love it. I love it. That jab split.
There's the bell for round 12. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
As As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, Johnny.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Through the straight left, but it won't score. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? When are we going to see a jab from these two? They call it the chin. Whoa, wait a minute! Are we witnessing one of the all-time great? Oh, do you believe this? Rocky Marciano is down! We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Got to look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee. Save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow, get.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, big, hard lesson. I totally agree.
The crowd has been waiting for this one for a very long time. Welcome to the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
Time for our tail of the tape. Sugar Ray Robinson, 5'11" tall, weighed in at 147 pounds. He's got a reach of just over 72 inches. And up against him in this one, Ejayr 183 centimeters. Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the greatest fighter in the history of this sport. Inducted into the International Hall of Fame in 1990, he fights out of Harlem, New York. Ejayr Munguia, when your hometown is Tijuana, Mexico, you're gonna be a problem. The knockout machine looks for another victim here in this one.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats with 174 wins in his 201 fights. A welterweight champion of the world, a 5-time middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Robinson. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, introducing the hard-hitting knockout artist and the super welterweight champion of the world, Ejayr Munguia.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Todd, you know when you've got two fighters there that really believe they're going to win, really want to get it on, this is when it gets stupid.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. That jab had to hurt. That hook was off target. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
You just see the nerves on a fight stepping into the ring, Todd. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
The straight right just misses. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
They have got great ring IQ. Counterpunchers are the best.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That hook doesn't score. They both want a highlight reel knockout. When you're training to fight a swarmer, Johnny, you know this better than anybody. You have got to be in peak physical condition because they're not going to let you breathe.
Oh, man, you've got a swarm in your face. You've got to try and push him off, make him go into the rope. You've got to sometimes fight fire with fire. Hit him low on the blind side of the referee. Get him angry.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. So much firepower here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Pull her right there. Oh, and there's no way they're getting up from that. It is a clean knockout. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
That's lights out right there.
Are you all right? You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.